You know what? You just wouldn't believe it if I told you. But I will tell you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Indulge Me. It's me, Stacey. How are you? I know we've taken a little break and we're back. So much has happened. I'm going to fill you in on everything. But truly, how are you doing? I mean, the world is simply and utterly crumbling around us. Oh my God. So just checking in. I'm wondering if you're like me and just doom scrolling till the sun comes up. I literally have to get off my phone. I have to get off my phone. I'm sitting there scrolling, just worse news after worse news, destruction, devastation, city takeovers, women's rights being ruined. I mean, it's horrendous. So, but what do you do? Do you turn off the phone? And you just, go about your day? You know, you have to stay educated. You have to see what's going on. What do? You feel terrible, no matter the decision. Helpless. Yeah, but here we are. I'm sweating. I'm in an Old Navy tank top. I'm wearing sort of a sports loose bra underneath. My boyfriend, I have to go to dinner tonight. And my boyfriend was like, well, I guess you're going day to night. I said, in this. I mean, thank you for seeing me that way, but I think we're taking photos later this evening. I digress. The way that men see is delightful. And also, no, thank you. So just checking in. How you doing? Because I'm frazzled. I'm overheated. I'm over it. Okay. It's simply the audacity of the men and the choices and the women that stand behind those men. Knock it off, please. My God. It's hard to feel like silly and, will I be discussing later the fact that Jessica Simpson did pee herself on the Today Show? Yes, I know it's old news, but I have not stopped thinking about it. What's going on, Jess? What's going on? Okay. I don't know. We're going to discuss. But yeah, it feels funny and odd to really do something lighthearted. But, I was talking to some friends because I was out of town. I've been out of town for a little bit. And they were telling me that they've been listening to the podcast, which is so delightful and lovely for them to be doing that. But that they feel like it's like one long voice note. And it really warmed my heart. I was like, that's what this podcast is. Imagine I am sending you the longest voice note. Put your phone down, fold your laundry, take a bath, go for a walk, and let's catch up. So I was like, you know what? It can be a mixed bag. We can feel troubled and still talk about the Simpson pee on the Today Show. Okay, we can do it. Even though it feels bizarre. But isn't the world bizarre? So where have I been? Well, guys, so much has happened. Sad news. I had to say goodbye to my senior guy, Vic, my Basset Hound mix, Pooch, my prince of princes. I had to say goodbye to him. He declined really quickly. I knew that he wasn't doing well and I didn't know how long I had with him. So I'm so grateful that I got to have a full summer with him. And so I went out of town with him and we went to cottages and went by the water. And but it became kind of clear that he wasn't doing well. And I had him for 13 amazing years. I feel so lucky. But it is so crazy. I got him in my 20s. I had no idea what I was doing. He has seen me through so many iterations of my life. I don't think I would have gotten through my divorce without him, with Burger. Like, it's crazy. And so it feels very bizarre to be at my home without him and all of those things. He's just, there's something so beautiful about having a dog. I think it's so important if you like them. If you don't do it. But the two dogs I had, Burger and Vic, truly and simply changed my life. They made me responsible even when I didn't want to be. Okay. They dragged my ass home so I could walk them and take care of them. I don't know how I would have gotten through the pandemic without them. And they love me endlessly. and without judgment most of the time. And I'll be forever grateful for their love. And I want to thank everyone that reached out, that sent a lovely message, that guided me through saying goodbye. I used an amazing company in Toronto, and so we got to say goodbye at home, and they were incredible and so supportive. And I think if you have the means and you are able to do that, I think that's a really beautiful way to say goodbye in your home, around their things and their smells and each other. And so it was really a beautiful goodbye, but it feels so crazy. It feels really wild because I've never not been without a dog in my adult life. So that feels wild. I can go anywhere. I don't have to rush to take someone for a walk in the morning. So there's this odd freedom that I don't know what to do with. And it just feels so strange. It feels so strange. And I will say this. I obviously am not rushing to get another dog. I will have dogs in my life. I love them. I just think like the love of a dog is like no other. But it's so crazy. Like after saying goodbye to Vic and telling people, the amount of people that were like, you got to take a break. Enough. And it's like, okay, I wasn't going to rush, but please simply don't tell me what to do. Because now I want to get one immediately. What people say. But they're just being kind, I know. But it's like, I'll do whatever I want, I'm pretty sure. But I'm also taking a break. We got to grieve. He was the most precious prince of a boy, truly. So I was going through that and traveling, but we're back. And I'm so happy to be back. I freaking love it here. It's the best. It's the best. So thanks for hanging out with me on this very long-winded voice note, which I love the explanation. So getting back, there's so much I wanted to cover up. Oh my God, what am I, the government? No, there's so much I want to cover. I made a list, but I left my iPad at home, but I synced my notes to my phone. So I have the notes and let's just go through it. Okay. I will say this before we get into some silly stuff. Like, it is so bizarre sometimes how it feels weird to just say something's messed up and something's wrong. You know, the fear to be like, I'm not smart enough. I'm not educated enough. And, I catch myself doing that sometimes. And I have an amazing friend who really advocates that I stop doing that. And so when I go, I don't know, like I was talking to her and I was like, obviously we can't believe the devastation that's happening in Gaza. It's so overwhelming. I can't believe that Netanyahu went on a podcast hosted by YouTube prank stars or whatever. Thank God my algorithm doesn't align me with those guys. I believe one guy has really big teeth and he can't close his mouth. So rough. I'm just like, what world is this? So we're sort of unpacking that and talking about the horrific things that are happening. And I was like, I feel, dumb about it. She was like, you need to stop saying that. And it is true. We're allowed to have conversations about that. And I know how nerve-wracking it can be for some innate reason. We feel like we need to have read every book, but humanity is universal, and I feel like we need to start having more conversations like that. And so many people have been amazing and incredible resources for me. And so anyways, if you're feeling sort of overwhelmed, just start talking to your friends about it, I know that's such simple advice. I'm not going to say that I'm not smart about it, but, my classic is, what do I know? Well, I know that it's terrible. I know that it's horrific. I know that it's inhumane. I know that, and I got a big ass mouth, so I got to keep it open. So if you're feeling a little insecure, just get yourself out there. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so I know that this is old news, but I feel we must discuss. So Jessica Simpson, God bless her, the Daisy Duke queen, she's back. She's making music. She's having fun. Is she okay? I hope. I don't know. She was on the Today Show, and then an article came out later. I did see the clips of the performance. Okay. I thought, okay, I saw the performance. I thought, okay. And I will say this about Jessica Simpson. We were convinced, we were bamboozled that she was the voice of our generation. We had Britney and Christina. They were, the pop queens, and Jessica was the vocals. And to that, I say, okay. The early aughts were crazy. We were believing a lot of stuff. So seeing her back, go for it, have fun, but it gives me pause, But so she was performing. I thought, okay. And then afterwards, a story came out, I'm assuming from her people, that said during that performance, she peed herself. Why did you tell us that? Because it was not clear that she had done that, and you couldn't really see it. Now, I believe they released photos from behind her dress. I want to know what's going on. I want to know from her people, like, are they pushing like a quirky, silly, funny? Jessica's back. She doesn't know that, tuna, chicken of the sea. Well, then it's chicken in the water. Like, are we trying to go back to that? Why did we need to know that? Jessica, we don't need it. Okay, Jessica? Pee in this economy, we need to support women. We need to, lift them above our shoulders and tell them they're enough. They don't need to pee their pants to get on MSNBC. So I'm wishing her well. Okay, beyond that. Okay, so a couple of things. I just shared this on my Instagram, but Leonardo DiCaprio said that although he's turning 50, he emotionally feels 30. And to that, I say, the audacity of men. We've had enough, guys. We've really had enough. What am I to do with that information? A man who chronically just dates women till they turn 25 is friends with Jeff Bezos. Shut up. Do these men know that they can shut up? That might seem a little spicy, but can someone talk to him? We don't need to hear you. Just turn 50 in silence. Okay? What is with that? I truly believe something happens to men. And I'm seeing it kind of start with people in the ether. Some of the men in my ether, I'm about to turn 40, they're in their 40s or about to be, and there's a shift that happens. And I know that women, we have perimenopause, but that happens to us, okay? That doesn't happen from within. There's something emotionally within men around this time. They are becoming cuckoo bananas, and I've simply had it. Is it low testosterone? Possibly. Is it? Can they go to their naturopath and get a blood panel like all the women I know do and see sort of where their numbers are so they can level out? I mean, I'm trying my best. Are they? Okay, I'm not the only one who's got to hit up the supplement counter. Because men with this midlife crisis, have they just thought about going to therapy or shutting the hell up? I don't know what's happening here. Am I wrong? I'm not saying that I'm a perfect angel, okay? But there's something going on with the men. There really simply truly is, where they start spiraling and then they start saying dumb shit like, well, I still feel 30. Well, I hate to break it to you, Leo, you're 50. You're a 50-year-old man dating young 20-year-olds. It's loser stuff. It's loser stuff. And it's hard for me to say that because who didn't love Titanic? He drew her like one of her French girls. Or one of his French, regardless. He's a 50-year-old man who dates young girls and takes them on yachts. Ugh. And I feel like we need as a society to start describing them as such. 50-year-old actor dates young woman. Oh, and let me guess, she has an old soul. Save it. Save it. You know who had an old soul? Me. I'm not buying it. Even though when I was young, I remember my parents being like, "Do you want to go to Disneyland?" And my response was, "Ugh, the lines." Okay. I couldn't wait to get older. I couldn't wait to put on pantyhose and shapewear. Like I would watch my grandmother and go, "She's got it. That's everything I need." And you know what? I was still a baby at 18, and I was still naive at 25. So these dirtbag 50-year-olds and up can go to hell. How about that? She's spicy today, guys. She's spicy today. She's warm and she's spicy and she's had it. Ugh. What was the conversation like with Leo? Like, who did this? I saw it on people.com. I couldn't even read the damn article. And I can't imagine it's out of context. You know what? Let me pull up the article. Let's actually get more mad. Oh, you should. I'm putting up the photo on YouTube. You have to see this obnoxious photo. He goes, turning 50 creates a feeling like you have a desire to just be more honest and not waste your time. Okay. I can only imagine how the next few decades are going to progress. Yeah, you're going to get older and the women will stay the same. Gross. In an interview with his One Battle After Another director, Paul Thomas Anderson, for Esquire's Mavericks of Hollywood issue, the filmmaker asked DiCaprio to answer as quickly as he could, "If you didn't know how old you are, how old are you right now?" 32, the actor responded. That's a man in crisis. 32? A 50-year-old, oh. Oh my God. SOS. SOS. You know that Kate Winslet is pissed off about that. There's no way. There's no way Kate is seeing that and doing anything but scoffing. She probably got on the phone and said, "What the hell are you talking about?" You know? I want to know what she knows. I want to know, like, is he just, yeah, she was pissed. Kate, talk to him. I know you guys are close, and for some reason, I feel from an outside perspective, you were the one he will listen to. You're the only one that can help him. Oh my God, do you think that Kate Winslet has to go to dinner with these models and him? Or do you think they just always do private one-on-one dinners? Like, I could see her being like, "Don't bring her. Don't bring your little girl," Because sometimes, like, I've had men in my life that like date younger girls, like younger women, like in their like 20s. And there have been times where they have sort of been dropped off around the older women's presence. Like I've been at parties where like someone brings like a young woman they're dating and I'm like, "Oh, seriously?" And then we're expected to like talk to them. And I'm like, "Please run. Please run. His mom bought him that bed frame. He doesn't watch his sheets." And then then you have to tell them, "I'm not their babysitter. This isn't daycare. Grow up. Date someone age appropriate." So I can't imagine Kate Winslet just like sitting with a 22-year-old at dinner. She's going to try and get her into college as she should go. Well, actually, I retract that because like what's going on with the college kids? No one's getting a job. Oh, we can't have anything nice. Okay, so let me end my spiral a little bit about the devastation of men. And let's get into some kind of, maybe a little surly topic, but I'm curious how we all are feeling. So actually message me, send me a little Instagram. How are we feeling about this? Because this may be controversial. Taylor Swift is announcing her new album on Travis Kelce's podcast with his brother Jason on New Heights. She's announcing. Now, I'm going to say this, and it may ruffle a couple of Swifties' feathers, and I know some personal friends who find this very agitating with my opinion, but Taylor Swift is too much for me. It's too many riddles. It's too many guesses. It's too much. It's too much guessing. I've never been like, oh my God, Taylor Swift on the 13th walked by a butterfly and she flashed a book she was reading and kind of showed us her phone. So that means her debut album's going to be on July 12th at 8 p.m. No, I'm not doing that. I've got enough on my plate. I can't do that. This woman's in her 30s. Okay, this is too much like baby games for me. And the colors and the hints, and it's like, it's too much for just music about her always having to have her boyfriend ask her dad permission for marriage. I mean, it's all, her songs are, a lot of them about like, he asked my daddy and he said yes. And so now we're gonna get together. It's like, what are you talking about? But, you know, there's some bangers, but that's just me. Don't get me started on her dancing. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And I'm saying that, and I danced all of my youth. Okay. I danced for over 15 years. And let me tell you, it wasn't the best thing you'll see. I have rhythm. I can follow choreography. But am I the one inspiring the other women with me? No, I wasn't. I did a lot of sort of rhythmic pulsing and pointing to the best dancer in the group. Well, she did a solo. Okay, so I see Taylor Swift's game. Game sees game. Okay, but Taylor's just not for me in many ways. In some ways, you know, I like the songs, but let's all move on. So she's going to announce her new album on the podcast, and this has got people ruffled up. Okay, because she's built this entire empire on her own. And then she's on her boyfriend's podcast revealing the album. Now, this might be too conspiratorial, but again, I welcome conversation. There's something about her and Travis Kelce I'm not buying. I'm not seeing it. Like, am I crazy? There was a clip that was released of her on the podcast.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie.
I've never spoken to a partner like that, and I've never been spoken to back like that. Never. These are people I've had sex with. We've never talked like that. Maybe I'm just a different person. But it cringed me out to my core. That kind of feeling, you know. There's something about it I don't buy. I also don't like that. I won't be watching the podcast because that was all I ever needed to see. And I'm not a huge, I love Jason Kelce. I love Kylie Kelce. I mean, they're the couple. They're, you know, I love them. Jason's hot as hell. I tried to watch Travis's What's in My Bag for GQ, and I don't know what's going on with his hair and his shirt. Where's the hot guy? Where did he go? What's happening? But do I think it's weird she's on the podcast? No, I think they got together as a business decision. It feels a lot of business. I mean, the NFL's made a ton of money. Travis and Jason certainly have made a shit ton of money, and she's made so much money. But maybe they are in love and they are together. And maybe that's why he has a center part, because that's her thing. I don't love it. I don't love the center part. I did at a time when I was young and naive, like I said. But then I grew up and I thought, hey, tossle that around, guys. Tossle that around. But the thing that's also kind of crazy that I was seeing on TikTok, so I can't verify this, but it feels really cool to say. So she posted that, like, teasing the new album, her new era, her new mysteries, her new guesses. I feel like you have to buy a Sudoku book just to figure out Taylor Swift. Like, it's too much. But so she does this post, and then Ryan Reynolds, an hour later, posts a tease about potentially a new Deadpool. The audacity. Can you believe? I mean, I can believe. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, you know where I stand. Okay. On that. But I see it completely that he would post that. And it is strategic. And he's pissed. The drama of that. Are you guys still following the Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds thing? I am. There's some lawyers I follow on TikTok that keep me abreast of what's going on. I'm not necessarily personally in the docket, But it's fascinating what's going on. And it's crazy the amount of money they're both spending on this. I wonder how it'll shake out. What I would have given to be a fly on the wall for that Blake Lively deposition with Brian Friedman, where she accused him, the lawyer, of being a part of this smear campaign. Why can't I speak? I have no idea. She just accused him of it. It's so crazy. So she puts out the New York Times article claiming all these things about Justin Baldoni. And then he retaliates with a lawsuit, and she's like, that's retaliatory. And then she's like, she's mad at his lawyer for defending Baldoni and says, you're actually also a part of the retaliatory smear campaign. Can you imagine being so delusional? So cuckoo. He's allowed to have a lawyer. He's allowed to have a PR campaign. Everyone has PR people. Everyone's prepping for devastation. It's a business. You're a dollar sign. Everyone has to protect the dollar sign. It's not a moral business, entertainment. So I'm glued to it. Well, what I think is kind of crazy about the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and I won't stay too long on it. I know we're all kind of over it, but what I find so fascinating about this is like the privacy protections that are being affected with this lawsuit, because Blake Lively is going after all of these like TikTok creators. And I'm not talking like big time creators like Perez Hilton, who's being a fool in self-representing himself and being absolutely nuts. But she's like attacking creators who have like 30 followers, like 100 followers, like anyone that has talked about her. She's demanding that like Google and Meta release their personal information, including their credit card information. And I believe that they are going through with that and getting their personal information. That's wackadoo. Like that is so crazy that she's allowed to do that. People just aren't allowed. They're allowed to just maybe not dig you, you know? I mean, I posted about Ryan Reynolds and like so many people called me Shrek. So many people did not like that vest, which I had talked about in that previous episode that I didn't know if it was good or bad. But a lot of people like to call me Shrek on that. A lot of people tried to call me ugly on that. And they succeeded. They said it, you know, they called me out. Which just makes me laugh that they were mad that I talked about Ryan Reynolds needing dimension in his hair color and saying I shouldn't talk about people's appearances because I was really ugly. You gotta love that. That is a setup and punch if I've ever seen one. What am I supposed to do? Call Meta? Look at their credit card statements? They must be paid. My gosh. Hollywood, am I right? Okay, there's another phenomenon going on online that, let me catch you up on this, and it's worth a little look, okay? Because this is the kind of criticism I sort of live for, okay? There's two things. The first is the Vogue September issue, which notoriously is such a major publication for Vogue. Like we're all waiting for the September issue. And by all of us, I mean, not always me, but I do love when it comes in. I do like to know what people are saying about it. Okay. People are pissed. It's Emma Stone, who you know we love. We know we love her. Okay. New face, yes, but we're loving it. Okay, she's gotten some of the best work. I could stare at her face forever and go, what are you doing? Help me. So she is the Vogue cover girl, which we live for. However, everyone is judging the styling and the photos. Because as we know, Anna Wintour has left Vogue. She has stepped down. She is no longer in charge. And people are saying that this is a direct reflection on the September issue. Now, I will say the cover is not grabbing me. And I'm sitting here with loose tits in an oversized Old Navy tank top, sweating my full ass off. Okay. So I'm holding that and I'm holding that because the audacity of me is really quite something on this. However, it doesn't necessarily grab me. It doesn't scream like September issue, like big, bold, exciting. And then I sort of saw some of the photos that were being shared online and I was like, these feel Like she doesn't feel like the focus of the shoot. And it was wild because I love Grace Cottingham, but she styled it. I believe she was like the creative director on the shoot. And I just found the photos like kind of interesting, like kind of bizarre and more, more fashionable people and more like photography and, creative arts eyes online have sort of like given it a critical eye. And I kind of align with them. And maybe I'm just, classic Pisces and very easily convinced. But I mean, they also had Call Her Daddy podcast host Alex Cooper in the issue. And those clothes are wild. And the photos are also like woman kind of far in the background and then just like a backyard picture. And everyone's face looks very solemn. So everyone's kind of, disappointed in Vogue. In these times, Vogue, we need you. I need Vogue. I have completely lost my style, but I'm going to do an Old Navy order and hopefully perk myself back up. But people are not happy. The Gen Zs are sad. They can't believe the outfit choices that they put these rich people in. And I do actually agree with some of them. It's a bit drab. I'm not getting it. Just big jackets and no bra. That's kind of the look. But the other thing that people are criticizing is I believe Alex Cooper has an Architectural Digest breakdown. Now, I live for these. I want to do a whole series, which I might do maybe in the fall. So let me know if this would be interesting to you guys. I want to go through all the Architectural Digest home tours because they are my safe space. When I get in bed and I'm having my ice cold electrolyte water, all I want to do is peruse an AD home tour. And I have my tops. If you ever want that list of just stunning homes, such good homes. And I have a particular style and taste to it. I like a little personality in my home. I don't like it to feel so staged, like nobody lives there. And apparently Alex Cooper, who's a gajillionaire podcast host, I saw some of the photos of her house, boring. All beige, all white. She has 2 dogs. How is she keeping them that clean? There's no you'd think there'd be something. There'd be fabrics and textures and color and it'd be feminine and welcoming and it's just ice cold. Sort of like a very chic plastic surgeon's office. So again, the Gen Zs are upset about the design. And they would hate to see my house because it is just covered top to bottom with vintage women associating themselves with food, crying on food, sitting on food. It's a lot of food-based women in my house, and I regret none of it. Okay. I wanted to talk to you guys because I went to a consultation with an esthetician and I want to get you guys onto a couple of things because I have some summer must-haves or just stuff I've discovered this summer that I need to share from the rooftops. And so I went to an esthetician to discuss the BBL laser, not the Brazilian butt lift, you guys. It is a certain laser that boosts collagen and removes sort of broken capillaries and redness and evens out the skin tone, boosts collagen, blee, blee, blah, blue, blee, blee. And I am going to go through with it. I haven't booked it yet because I was sort of it was advised to sort of wait because it's so hot here that the first session, I wouldn't get as many results because it's so warm. And as a red-faced girl, I said, say less. I don't want to be sweating when I come into the office. It's too nice in here. So in the fall, I'm going to go through with it. I'm really excited. I'm excited to share the results with you. I've had friends do it and their skin looks incredible, bouncy. I saw them, I said, what have you done? What have you done? And it was that. So if you're interested and you're looking to treat yourself, it's not the cheapest thing, but look into it. Because I've seen some amazing results. The reason that I'm bringing all of this up is, oh my God, I'm burping and I literally didn't drink anything. This is the end of the day. Oh my God. So the reason I bring it up too was, let me explain the situation to you. And I haven't done any lasers to my face. I'm excited to get into that as I'm approaching 40. Like, let's get the fucking lasers out. Let's blast it. Let's send it. Let's try. So I'm interested in the BBL laser. I'm also interested in microneedling. And I have not done any Botox. I'm not opposed. I'm just worried that like, I'm going to go in and they're going to like pump my forehead a little bit and then also my eye's going to droop, and I'm on camera. So I'm scared about that, but I want to get Botox just a little. I want baby Botox. I still need to be able to move my face. My mouth is always open and I need to express. But there was a couple tweaks I wanted to do. So I was going in for this consultation. And here's what is so harrowing about it. It was so warm. I was so red and I went in clean faced because I assumed they were going to take some sort of photos. I was correct. I had to like put my little chin as if you're getting an eye exam into this machine and they take 360 photos. Or not the back of my head, whatever I can't do math today. It's too warm. But I go in and they take these photos and then they show you layer by layer your skin damage, wrinkles, pores, redness, like you see it all. It's all there. I wasn't too surprised by the results. I am so freaking pale. Like, of course there's sun damage. And of course there's sun damage underneath the skin. I try and wear sunscreen as much as I can now, but like I'm almost 40 and like in 1986, they weren't screaming skincare from the rooftops. Okay. So we've evolved. And then they show you there's a results page for wrinkles. And I was laughing because she was like, oh, they say that's a wrinkle, but I think it's just peach fuzz. My beard, my peachy little beard coming through. Yep, I did not shave my face, so the hair was there, and the hair was calling me out, humbling. But we looked at some wrinkles, and I will say this, like, I love aging. Like, I love when I see a woman like laughing, and you see like her laugh lines, and like. I hate that it's called crow's feet. It's so terrible, but it's like that I love. I love an expressive face. Like I find it so beautiful. But I thought, oh man, you'd have to like kind of have a tougher skin to kind of go through that. I could see why women get overfilled and overplucked and sucked, because it is like this machine going like, this is kind of everything wrong with you. I had an amazing esthetician who was like very empowering and was not open to the sort of one woman show I was giving her with every panel. And I could tell that I was getting a little insecure myself, without her pushing anything. But just a reminder, if you are interested in getting into like the skincare or you're doing it, it's like, we are to age. Like that is okay. It is a privilege. Like we need to remind ourselves of that. That being said, you want to suck and pluck a little bit, go for it, honey. It's a complicated and layered dance. I literally make no sense, such a hypocrite. But I did find that interesting. And then she showed me my redness and my pores. It wasn't too bad. There was some jowling, and we both saw it. We both looked at it. We sort of winked together at it. We both saw from the side what was going on, but apparently the BBL is going to be great for all of the things. So I'm excited to take you on that journey and being completely open about it. No shame in this game. None at all. But here are a couple things I literally need to share with you. I have discovered my mascara. It is shocking to me. It's not my like glam mascara, but here's the thing. I am very freaking pale. I am red. I am pale. And sometimes when I'm like on a summer day like today, where I want to put on a little something, I want to feel a little cute. Sometimes I don't like wearing black mascara. I just feel like it looks a little heavy on my face. And I've been finding a lot of my favorites like Tower 28 and the Rare Beauty mascara, really chipping and falling all over my face. So midday, I'm like covered in like little black specks all over my face. I don't know what's going on with the formulation. It wasn't always like that. It's been noticed by the makeup artists that I work with on screen. They're like, man, there's so much like foliage. Oh my God, it's too hot, but you know what I mean? It breaks down a lot. So I've been on the hunt for a new mascara. Now I have gone back to the drugstore basics, although they seem to be the same price as Sephora. we can't get anything nice anymore. But I tried the brown elf mascara. I did not like it. I started using it on my brows. Because I was just like, this is not it for me. I didn't like the applicator. I bought on a whim because I went to the mall and nothing fit, and I was determined to buy something that day. If you know, you know. So I bought the brown Glossier mascara, and I have to tell you, she's that damn girl. She is the damn girl. It is such a perfect day mascara, or like a night mascara where you're not doing too much. I haven't experienced any fallout at all on this mascara, and it stays. And it has been hot as hell here and super humid. And I was in Vancouver for a while and in Victoria, BC, and it was hot there too. And I'm telling you, it stayed. So much so I'm like washing my face, and I really had to double cleanse to get it off my eyes. It really stays on, and it's not water. I don't know if it's waterproof. It didn't say that, I don't think, on the box. But if you are looking for a mascara that is going to stay, it doesn't give you like the most voluminous lash. Like I have really long lashes. Thank you, red light therapy. But it really does a pretty job. It really does. I'm still using the Maybelline Voluminous. It's like in the purple container. I love that mascara when I'm doing like a full eye. But my God, it is so good, you guys. It is so good. And the last thing I want to tell you guys about, because you know I've been a fan of this forever, is the Tower 28 Rescue Spray, the hypochlorous acid. It's incredible, but it is expensive as all hell. So I saw a Canadian influencer talking about the Ellement brand, which is Canadian, and it's a hypochlorous acid that they sell, and it's super reasonable. I think it was like $13. I bought like the full jumbo jug of it for like $30. It's awesome. Hypochlorous acid is just an antibacterial. So if you're going through the summer, like I'm really sensitive to sunscreens. Like I have like little pimples on my shoulder and my chest right now because I was like covering myself in sunscreen. And it is so good to just keep your face clean if you're working out, if you're sweating. Someone told me you can like spray it on your furniture for a refresh and your clothes, and it really does help. It is so crazy. So I'm glad that I found a cheaper option so I can spray that shit everywhere. And I have it in my bag, in my gym bag, in my purse. I have that spray everywhere. It is an essential. It is so good. The only thing I would say about the Ellement spray is that the nozzle on the Tower 28 is so much stronger. It's so much more refreshing. I just can't explain it. I miss the power of the Tower 28 spray. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, Stacey, why don't you just pour that into the Tower 28 spray? And let me tell you, I did. And I clogged it up. Didn't like it. So I'm just going to stick with the unit from Ellement. But if you're looking for a cheaper option, it's doing its job, and it's really refreshing and good. And the last thing, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that I've been doing this summer, I have switched back to regular antiperspirant. Come get me. Come get me. It has been hot this summer. I have given natural deodorant years to prove me wrong. Years. And I'm just proud to say it. We have to get honest. We stink. As a society, we reek. We smell. The deodorants are not working. And I have used the ordinary glycolic acid. I'm doing the exfoliation. I'm doing the armpit detox. I'm using the high-end, well-reviewed deodorants, and I still reek. I have ruined jackets. They reek. They smell. Because of BO. We have it. So I said, enough's enough. And apparently I'm seeing around town, I'm seeing online that this whole fear mongering of like aluminum being associated with like dangerous diseases and cancers, and it's not really accurate. So I went back to a Dove cucumber smelling antiperspirant, not a smell. Not a reek, not a, oh no, none of it. And I will tell you, like, I've been talking with some girlfriends and we feel like our sweat smells have changed as we've gotten older. Like it's worse. It's different. It's like, I don't remember smelling like this. And I'm telling you, the antiperspirant has got me back to confident. There would be times where I'd be like so nervous, I reek. I would tell people like, no, don't hug me. I think I smell. Like the insecurity is gone. I was on a plane. I was delayed at the airport. I mean, I have gone through full travel days, one application. I'm not carrying it in my purse anymore. I was carrying in my purse a mini deodorant and perfume. That's how bad the natural deodorant game got me. No more. So if you're feeling scared and you're feeling overwhelmed, get your ass to the CVS or Shoppers and get yourself some antiperspirant. Take control of your life again. You will feel so much better. It feels so good to not smell, to not even be worried that I smell. I'm sweating my full ass off. I know I keep saying it, but I want it to be clear. I'm dewy, I'm sweaty, fresh as a goddamn daisy. And if you're not watching YouTube, I just took a huge whiff of my pit. We need to just remove ourselves from the natural deodorant scam. It's a scam. It's a scam, and I'm not falling for it anymore. I'm just not. Free yourself. Free yourself. I think honestly, I can't imagine leaving on a better note, you know? I'm so happy to be back. And I just want to thank everyone again for being so supportive about Vic and also about the podcast. I've really been loving the messages. I love when you send me like, please talk about this, please chat about this. So if you have any topics, you can always message me on Instagram, send me a little DM. And it really means a lot. And I want to thank everyone who's just letting me hang out with you. It really means the world to me. It's my favorite thing to do. So thank you so much. I will be back next week. I swear. And if you are liking this podcast, I'd love a little review. It does go a long way. I hate to even say that. But again, as you know, my rule is if you're busy, don't take it on. You know, just don't do it. I adore you guys. I can't wait for next week. And I will see you then. Bye.